As you may have noticed, I like to buy items that are, as they say, top for their price. And my purchase today is no exception. Today I am going to tell you about a very large smartphone that I bought against my will, but about it later. The picture you can see right now cost me $375. Probably one of the dumbest decisions you can make in your life is to buy a TV in order to play computer games on it, in particular CS 1.6. While you are thinking what grade on scale of stupidity from 1 to 10 to put me for the committed purchase, I will justify myself and say that I bought this body-positive smartphone not for myself but for my parents. After all, just look at what they have been using for about 20 years. The resolution is 480 by who knows how many dots are there. You might have seen it in a very old video of me connecting a very old black and white CRT TV to a computer running modern games on it. I don't know how many tons it weighs, but even the Christmas tree looks like a flower against it. I almost got an intervertebral hernia when I lifted it up. This thing weighs only 7.5 kilograms. It has a caliber of 43 inches and a resolution of 4K. Honestly, I don't know much about modern TVs. This brings you so abruptly to the story of how I bought it. I chose on principle of top for its money, and as you know, the top for its money is what? This is right, Xiaomi. But the reason I bought a box from Xiaomi is not because I have a lot of junk from this company. It's just when I was choosing a TV, it was the easiest thing for me to deal with. I mean the operating system and the remote. Remote controls from other manufacturers feels like they stopped their progress back in 2005. Samsung, LG, I don't know about other manufacturers, I didn't consider buying something from them. They make horrible and uncomfortable remotes with a lot of buttons that I will never press in my life. The Xiaomi is another matter. The remote control has minimum required set of buttons, most of which I am also unlikely to use, but at least they will not bother me. They aren't fools and know how to save money. About LG televisions, they make decent TV sets, but I'm allergic to them. There was time I was working in Poland in the LG factory assembling TV sets. It's really hard work, but I was not going to tell you how I worked there for 16 hours a day with no days off. The second reason why I like this smartphone is the operating system, Android TV. I call this Square a smartphone for a reason. After all, in fact, both in terms of software and hardware, it is a smartphone. The CPU here is an ARM architecture, the operating system is Android, everything fits. If there was a SIM card slot, it would be priceless. In general, originally, this 43-inch TV was not available in the store where I bought it. There were models with a diagonal of 55, but these are quite a big torpedo, and so I had to wait until it arrived to the store. So after a couple of days I came with my father to the store. I went myself to run some errands and sent my father to check the TV's performance. Like, what if a defective one arrived and you bought it without checking it, and then you can't prove that it wasn't you who broke it? I told them to show how to turn it on and how it works. After a while he came over and there was this Sly consultant selling my father some TV tuning services and subscriptions to some services. And I myself am the kind of person, even if I understand something, I pretend that I don't know a damn thing in order to see if they want to cheat me and take advantage of my ignorance. In short, I asked him, is it possible to install a browser on this TV, to which he told no, and begins to justify, like, come on, it's just a TV, the play market there is restricted, and everything is told with such a serious face. This fairy tale nonsense about how I need to buy a subscription and overpay $40. I got tired of this nonsense quickly. I was like, maybe I should give you a key to the apartment where I keep money. After a couple more questions and persuading me to buy something I didn't need, I got angry and refused his services. No, I understand that consultants are also people and they need to earn money, but this consultant wanted to trick me. After all, you can install a browser, torrent and other stuff on this TV. Yes, I'm not sinless too. There was a time in my life when I worked as a consultant, so I know this business from the inside. I will only say that it didn't work long. Almost immediately I realized that it's not my thing to scam people. And I will tell you this, if the consultant along with the sold goods doesn't impose the additional services to the buyer in the form of software like antiviruses which can be downloaded for free from the market and other nonsense, then it is, in the employer's opinion, a bad consultant. He earns much less, both himself and those who hired him. And such an employee will not work long. I'm getting off topic here as usual. In general, I'm not going to watch this TV. But how Counter-Strike and other games will be played on this TV is very interesting for me, and I think it will be interesting for those who, like me, came up with the idea to use the TV as a computer monitor. In general, I connected PC to the TV via cable, and let's run all the games on it. But at first glance it may seem that everything is fine, high FPS, great frame time, but the location of the mouse and keyboard is questionable, but a couple days of suffering get used to. Counter-Strike is of course a good thing, but what about Cyberpunk in Ultra HD resolution? Well, as you can see, 13 ± 5 frames at that resolution with overclocked RX 580. This number of frames will suit those comrades who are not in hurry for life. It seems to me that for such a mighty card like RX 580 this resolution is given too easily, so let's turn on full 4K resolution. That's better, 8 steady frames out of 8. This kind of unhurried gameplay is good for those who are going to the cemetery tomorrow. If I had an 8K monitor, RX 580 would handle it too. Recently I was playing Cyberpunk and then all of a sudden black bars started running all over the screen. And they run fast, very fast, and I was like, well, here we go, and I was just about to sell it, and the faster the streaks ran across the screen, the higher my blood pressure went up. It was a firework of crap on my screen. The price of this graphics card on the secondary market added the fuel to the fire, but fortunately it turned out that overclocking was a little unstable and my pressure stabilized. Yes, the picture in 4K looks great of course, I think even through the camera you can see what pixel density is there. Of course I'm playing on minimal graphics settings because the game doesn't allow you to set higher graphics if you don't have enough video memory. 40 frames on minimum graphics settings in 4K on the RX 580. In Doom Eternal, basically the biggest problem of this TV is big latency. It's 12 milliseconds, on my main monitor it's only 5. And it is felt. You can get used to such delays if you play single-player games, but for online games, if you ask me, it is critical. Also, the FPS is limited to 60 Hz, which is obviously not good for cybersport. Another non-obvious disadvantage is the 4K resolution. Yes, the higher the resolution of the monitor, the higher the demands on the peripherals, in particular the mouse. I'm not sure, but in my opinion, to get the same responsiveness in 4K as on a Full HD monitor, the sensor resolution of the mouse has to be 4 times higher. In short, 4K is, as I understand it, expensive. And so far it's not for poor gamers. I used to be skeptical of people who whine that the main reason they play so poorly is the bad hardware they play on. I haven't changed my mind, of course, and I still believe that the whining gamer who doesn't play well plays that way because he has a skill issue. But with an input lag this box has, it's really hard to aim at the enemy. Honestly, I do not know. Perhaps on consoles such a delay has less impact on the game. Those who know more about it write in comments, because I want to buy myself a console. I'm inclined more towards Xbox Series X. I seem to have a genius idea in my brain. I go to a flea market, buy an Xbox there, buy a 3-month subscription, play all the games I want, and sell the hell out of that poor thing on the same flea market. I'm a genius, aren't I? True, you still need money to buy that unit, but that's a little things in life, as they say. Plus, you're not alone and the flea market's so smart, and that Xbox that you're willing to buy has already changed 10 owners. Also, why do I need this Minecraft block if you cannot install fully fledged Windows on it? Okay, by the way, I recently got a very powerful Xeon from AliExpress, so I will review it. In general, what can I say in the end? This TV is not suitable for gaming. First of all, delays are very high. Secondly, 4K resolution, you need powerful graphics card, and thirdly, a very expensive mouse. That is all I wanted to show in this video. Where I downloaded CS with CJ, do not ask about this, I don't remember. Another thing that I liked about this TV is the flexible matrix settings. You can adjust the TV to suit you. Other manufacturers for this price offer only miserable color correction presets.